Well, our job is to bring you news and stories, but today it's a huge one. But from a source that is not all that credible, but when you hear such a neat story, you have to obviously come in through and obviously do the needful on how Sir Jim Ratcliffe reportedly went ahead to offer a very huge deal for Kylian Mbappe, ridiculous offer, and we don't know at what level has this gonna hit to reach. Welcome to the United Matters channel. How are you guys? And where are you watching us from? First video of the day, and hope you guys are doing fine. Kylian Mbappe, ridiculous offer from Man United. We are gonna discuss about that, but this story comes up after we really saw stories that have gonna hate to obviously add to this one, that Sir Jim Ratcliffe has gonna hate to order that no player of Man United should really exceed a certain salary cap. That is it. So welcome to this channel. Let's see close to 200 likes making this video. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. We want to hit 17,000 subscribers, and let's obviously keep the fire burning like never before. Now, Dan Ashworth, United are really working to see either this deal really gets done before the end of this week, and we're gonna get to know exactly what this is all about. And I go by the names of Rock and David. You can as well call me already onto this beautiful YouTube channel. So guys, thank you very much, and we thank God for the gift of life, the Muslims. Barakallahu fikum. Now we have okdiario.com. He has told us that Man United reportedly offered Kylian Mbappe a salary of 500 million euros over 5 years, with a signing bonus of 200 million euros for this summer. That's what they are saying. Now, in the game of football, never say never. There is a source, and this source is really having close to 500,000 followers, you know, and you cannot really rule it out, but all to go out and really dissect it and really see how the situation of Man United is. So, for Kylian Mbappe to Man United, I've always told you, if a chance is put in front of us, I think on any day, I would love to sign Kylian Mbappe at the club of Man United. He solves very many situations at this club. Now, how does he solve the situations at the club of Man United? He is a player that can get you 3 in 1. That means you won't go in for Olise, that is it, first and foremost, because Olise is going to cost Man United close to 70 million pounds. If they are to sign him, 70, 80, let's count 70. Then you won't be signing in a center forward. That's why this deal is possible. And I'm really hearing people, that deal cannot be possible, you know. When you're to get in a striker that Ten Hag really wants, that striker will go for like 70 or 80 million pounds. That is 180 million pounds put together. And what are you trying to give him as a sign-on fee? It's equivalent to 200 million euros. That is it. Is that so much to ask? You know? So, Kylian Mbappe has gone ahead to come in through and really be one of those players that has been linked to Man United for a very long period of time. And trust me, no club wouldn't like to be linked to Kylian Mbappe, and no club wouldn't like to sign Kylian Mbappe. Linking him to Manchester United helps United be in the news and obviously see that they're into the trends of every news that is going around the world, and it gives them mileage, you know. So, the salary of 500 million euros, that means every year they're going to give him 100 million euros. That is it. Now, sorry, they're going to give him 100 million euros per year. So, if you talk about 100 million euros per year, you divide it by 52 weeks, the weeks that really make up what we call a year. That is it. So 100, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, divided by 52. That means every week he will approximately be earning 2 million euros. That is it. But how do you come to 2 million euros? 2 million euros is not going to be given to him at once. You know, it will be having lots and lots of performances. That is it. So, if you are to give him 100 million euros, it really equates a little bit to a salary that will be paid for all to like 8 players of Man United. But is he worth that amount of money? I'll tell you yes, because when you bring in Olise, you'll obviously be paying him like £160,000 a week or £200,000 a week. Even a centre forward you're going to bring in will be earning that amount of money. So that means you'll be spending £500,000 on these players, but you'll be having what you call a goal machine. And for your own information, the shirt sales that Kylian Mbappe will make for the club of Man United will break the record. That is it. Mbappe could break the record for Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo sold 2 million shirts at Man United in return from Juventus to Manchester United, you know. But if you're signing in Kylian Mbappe, you really understand that you're going to sell close to 4 or 5 shirt sales, you know, 4 or 5 million shirt sales, you know, when you bring him on and get 5 million shirt sales. Each and every shirt of Man United approximates for like, is it £50? Then you multiply it by 5 million, you know. How much is that? How much is that? You know, so Mbappe can really see United really get that money back. And one is saying, how is that possible? Ronaldo came in through and people never knew exactly how much he was earning until he left the club of Man United. It was confirmed that Ronaldo was earning £860,000 a week, you know. And when you add on the performance add-ons and bonuses, he would click £1 million a week. So if a player who was 36 years of age, he was earning almost £1 million per week at Man United, what of Kylian Mbappe, who is just 25 and the next jump? Sir Jim Ratcliffe would be willing to make this deal. And I tell you, it is really huge to make it, and he would put everything on the line to get in Kylian Mbappe because he knows what it means when you're having Kylian Mbappe. If you really want to see who a world-class player is, Kylian Mbappe is. And that would have gone ahead obviously change the things we've gone ahead obviously be seeing at the club of Man United, because we rarely go in for players like Kylian Mbappe. You know, the world is best. United has always gone ahead to go in for the world is best when they're in their final bend of their career, you know. But in the twilight of their career, United rarely goes for them. So, I would love it, but it doesn't really correspond well with this story that was really put out. I think like a day before, that Sir Jim Ratcliffe is set to get tough with Man United's highest earners by introducing a bonus-led pay structure that will only see players cash in if they are successful. You understand? This structure that Sir Jim Ratcliffe is thinking about doesn't stop you from really getting what you want. That is it. What it helps you do is to see to it that you get yourself to where you deserve to be. You know, you'll be having like a standard fee, like you earn per week, like £200,000 a week. Then other performance-based bonuses, like you go into the game, you do what you're supposed to be doing, maybe more £100,000 load onto your account. So that's why I tell you that for Kylian Mbappe, it's easy to get him in because he knows that his quality is really huge and the amount of money they're supposed to give them is really very, very, very reasonable. And if he performs and is paid that amount of money, no one will say he doesn't deserve to be getting that much. Then Moloch, that is Simon Moloch, chief football writer for the Sunday Mirror, he said that Omar Berrada will be tasked with keeping basic salaries below a £300,000 per week ceiling. Although in your understanding, there may be circumstances that require more flexibility. Yeah, and those circumstances are those that we're talking about with Kylian Mbappe. Kylian Mbappe is a special breed. He's a special kind of player. And how come you tell him that he's not really worth that amount of money? So for anyone who doesn't really believe in that Kylian Mbappe can come into the club of Man United, he is really not really looking at what I've gonna hit obviously lay down as the possibilities that could see this guy really coming through, because no manager in the world would like to get Kylian Mbappe, and Man United has the money to get Kylian Mbappe. Sign-on fee of 200 million euros. It's equivalent to signing 2 players that would have gone ahead to be playing that position, like the right forward where Kylian Mbappe can play, the left forward where he can play, and another player to come in through and lead the line every time the manager needs Rasmus Højlund to really rest. And having him in just goes ahead to really electrify that club of Man United. And I think if you get in Kylian Mbappe, you can easily sell him to, you can even get Rashford and sell him to PSG, and PSG can get us like 80 million pounds. Sell him off, because you've got to bring in a world-class player who can obviously play on the left very well, on the right of very well, and play also in the middle, such that Garnacho becomes an understudy for that guy. You get? And that guy is none other than Kylian Mbappe. So for me, on any day, I would go in for Kylian Mbappe. I understand that salary cap or ceiling is going to affect players like Rafael Varane, Casemiro, Marcus Rashford, whose performances are really bad. And I think Casemiro is still having 3 years on his contract. Then Rashford has just gone ahead to sign a 5-year contract. Those cannot get affected. But for Rafael Varane, whose contract is left with just 1 year, I think if I really want to stay the club of Man United, he needs to obviously take a pay cut. The likes of Harry Maguire, they should take a pay cut if they are to stay the club of Man United, because they are not readily available, and availability is one of those bonuses that will see you get more money, and those should come in through eagerly. And when you look at Anthony earning £200,000 a week, if you come in through and we don't perform very well, that money goes down. If you really get back to your levels, that money goes up. If you play very well in a week and you really represent yourself better, you get the team money, and the team will also pay you hugely. So for me, Mbappe can come in through. People like Jadon Sancho earning £350,000 a week. Where do you find that? So it's really ridiculous for the side of Man United, in the past years. But looks like Sir Jim Ratcliffe knows exactly what to do, and an order has been issued. But that cannot affect the deal of the man that we're talking about. That is Kylian Mbappe. Now, after Kylian Mbappe story, let's really talk about this guy who goes by names of Dan Ashworth. Dan Ashworth was given a gardening leave by Newcastle, meaning that they've relieved him of his duties, but he's still an employee of Newcastle, and negotiations are really being made by the club of Man United. And let's get and see where these negotiations have so far gone ahead to reach. We've been told by Simon Mollock that Man United now want to fast track an argument with Newcastle to appoint Dan Ashworth as a sporting director. Now, Dan Ashworth is the best sporting director in England. That is when it comes to English people. And United, having gone ahead to obviously being built onto an English influence, this is what they do on a regular. Each and every time they see someone good and is English, they obviously bring him close to the side of Man United. And this time around, Dan Ashworth is really the sporting director that Manchester United are really looking at. And it looks like they are going to obviously get him in as soon as possible. He requested to really join the club of Man United. Newcastle was disappointed, especially the CEO. I brought that story here that the CEO is going to have to be disappointed in what is going to have to be put out. But that won't stop them from really letting him go. But they are really calling in for £20 million as a sign-on fee for him to leave that side. So after that, we will wait and see what is going to be like and how life is going to be like for this gentleman, at the club of Man United. But I think this week is really going to be very crucial for his decision, either to come in through at Man United or not. So, tell me your thoughts about Man United ridiculous Mbappe offer in the comment section below, spearheaded by Sir Jim Ratcliffe and his lads. And Sir Jim Ratcliffe is really having some huge guys who look good at finance. The Richard Arnolds, the Ed Woodwards, they are still there because they know how to really make money out of that player, and they've gone ahead to make money out of Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Di Maria, Ronaldo, and very many others. Now they have a player that is the best in the world, Kylian Mbappe, and he's coming in through. And for Kylian Mbappe, I've always told him here, and I know one time he'll watch this clip, that Going to Real Madrid, however much you like to play for them, and your deal is closed, doesn't really take you to where you deserve to be. And winning a Ballon d'Or is not going to be in your hands. It's going to be in the hands of the Premier League teams on whether they beat you in the Champions League or not. So, the Premier League is the best league in the world. Your competitor Haaland is playing with Man City, and Man City has built a juggernaut that is not easily stopped. So that puts him in a situation where he can rarely find himself in the Ballon d'Or competition, unless otherwise Real Madrid wins a Champions League, which is going to be hard for them in the next 3 or 4 years, and France wins a huge trophy like the World Cup or the Euros. That's when this guy will obviously come in through and lift the Champions League. So guys, your thoughts onto this ridiculous offer are welcome into the comment section below. What do you make about this? Rokan David remains my name. I sign out for now. See you later, and may the living to God bless you abundantly. Lastly, with United going to move on close to 10 players, Anton Martial leaves. That means £250,000 will be there available. Sancho leaving, £350,000 will be there available. Added to that of Anton Martial, that is £600,000 a week. So there is money that this guy can get. Money is there, but the problem is, can we outcompete Real Madrid? I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ, and may the living to God bless you abundantly. I'm out.